Imagine logging into system and accidentally getting the admin access. No password cracking, no hacking movie skills, just one small mistake in the code. That's exactly what the CVE 2026 24061 is about. So today I am breaking down the CVE 2026 24061, what went wrong, why it is dangerous, and why both cybersecurity students and working professionals should care about. So I will keep it simple, no boring theory. Let's move to the video. So CV 2026 24061 is about the critical security flow in Telnet, the server component of GNU Inetutils. It is a collection of basic networking tools used on many Unix and Linux systems. The vulnerability exists in Telnet's version from 1.9.3 up to 2.7. So what is GNU Inetutils? So GNU Inetutils is part of GNU project. Basically is a suite of simple networking programs like FTP, Telnet, RSH, etc. that were common in older Unix Linux environment. And Telnet is a server daemon that handles the incoming Telnet connections and understand the communication. So think of like this, let's say a building where security guards check your ID but forget to lock the server room. So anyone can come and go. So anyone can walk into the server room, and this is the exact the CV 2026 24061 is about. Why this vulnerability is dangerous? This bug allows attacker to access or manipulate sensitive functionality, sometimes without authentication, sometimes with the low privilege. And for the companies, this can mean to the data exposure, system takeover, and compliance nightmare. And for the attacker, it's a simple shortcut. We can say it's like a less noise and create a more impact. So how attacker abuse it? Attackers don't require the fancy exploit here. They just need to interact with the endpoint, and that were never meant to for them, and just they will exploit the logic and get the access. So let's move to the demo part. You will get the better understanding. So this is our lab environment. So this is the simple lab where I'm going to use the Docker image. So this Docker image snippet defines a single service that runs the Telnet server inside the Docker container, and the Telnet is older protocol that is used to command line communication with the remote system. Okay, so this particular docker compose.yml file, what will happen? So Docker pulls the inetutil image and it start the container and running the telnet daemon. It opens the tunnel so that the traffic hitting your computer on port 2323 which is sent directly to the container, the port number 23. So here you can see 2323 is our open to communicate with the remote, and inside the container which will be connect with the 23. So let me install. So just I'm going here, let's say container and cmd, and just let me close to not to confuse over here. So here you can see the docker compose.yml file. So here let's start with the docker compose up -d. So you don't need to require any fancy laptop or something. You just require the Docker image. If your computer handle the Docker, that's it, and you can run this particular lab on your own. So you don't need to pay for to hack the telnetd related vulnerability. So here we have created the container, and which is called CVE 2026 telnetd1. If you want to check, you can use the docker ps, and here we go. So it's running, and the pawn system, it's on 0.0.0 2323. This is the port number. So let's do with the WSL. So here I have installed the Ubuntu in WSL. So Ubuntu, let me clear the screen. Okay, so here if I pass the user -f with the root and pass the command telnet and try to connect with the 2323 port, what will happen you can see over here. So here user, let me user equals to -f root telnet -a, let's our localhost IP 0.1 and 2323 and hit the enter. So we are inside the container, as you can see. So it's saying trying to connect and we are successfully connected. So escape character, this is this normal stuff. So let's say if I pass the command who am I, and here we go, it's showing the root. So what is happening over here? So this vulnerability allows the bypassing the authentication by injecting -f, which we have inserted, and with the -f flag into the user environment variable. So this is we have tried to set the environment variable. When telnet receives the user starting with the -f, it pass into the login program where they which interact -f flag with this keep authentication. So if we pass the -f root, so it's keep the authentication part and we are able to log in into telnet. So this is the all about the vulnerability. So let me show you the payload as well. So let me show you again the dir, and here you can see telnet -_rc. Okay, so let's say python telnet rc-h. So here you can see host and we need to give the port number. So just clear the screen. Python telnet rc 127.0.0.1 and we need to give the port number 2323 and we hit the enter and we are able to log in. So here you can see connected, interactive session is started and we are able to who am I and get etc passwd. So here you can see. So for this particular lab you don't require the fancy laptop. Again I am saying, you if you want to create lab around it, you can utilize my Docker image if you want. Okay, so and if you want to create a new lab and if somebody says require this lab, I can create for them as well. So this is all about the vulnerability, this is all about the exploit which I have shown you. Now let's move to the theory part. We need to cover who needs to take care about, so I'm going to explain that as well. Who should worry the most? If you are a developer, this is the gentle reminder: never trust the user input or user role blindly. If you are in the networking or in the security, this proves why the access control testing matters as much as patching. If you are a student, this is the perfect real-world CVE to understand how the logic bugs beat the firewalls. So CVE 2026-24061 is about the missing or broken authorization, simple bug, huge impact, and very common in real-world application. So this is all about the vulnerability. This is all about the video. So if you like, then share with your InfoSec friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.